Hello Scorpio, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. All right. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with a Two of Swords. I'll take it. This is really good. I think that we are maybe at a little bit of a crossroads right now. Okay, well, let's put it into some context and see what we might be deciding on. I kind of feel like you're at a point where there's kind of two paths in front of you, right? Maybe more. There's the Queen of Cups, a Queen of Pentacles, and and a Queen of Wands. Wow, I was thinking that'd be another queen. We have a Prince of Discs. Oh, look at that. 10 of Cups. We have the Hanged Man, we have the 2, we have the Hermit, we've got a 4. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Yeah, there's it seems like there's a couple of paths in front of you, at least, right? But let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is one random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. And we're just going to set it over here. We'll put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. And it will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need, okay? But if at any point during the reading you get an idea, a sense, a feeling of what that card is, go ahead and put your prediction in the comments below. I'm trying to see if we can collectively raise our vibrations, tap into spirit, tap into source, and start discerning that mystery card together as a group exercise. Okay, I hope you'll play along with me. But first, let's take a look at what we've got. We've got two major arcanas. Two major arcana cards. We have some fire. We have some water here. We've got not really a lot of air, right? We have the air here, and then there's a little bit of air in the Prince of Pentacles, right? Because it's a prince, it's the element of air in the suit of Pentacles. It's air of earth. So that's our air, and then we've got, of course, some earth cards here, here, and here. It's very interesting, because what we're doing is trying to get, obviously, to this 10 of Cups. We really want to figure out the path that's going to be the most rewarding, the most beneficial, that's going to give us the most satisfaction, right? Pleasure, happiness, the most fulfillment. The key word for the 10 of Cups is satiety, where you've had enough to eat and you don't need any more. You're at that sweet spot. Any more would be too much. That's why sometimes this card can lean into, hey, you're kind of overdoing it. It's time to move on, right? It's time to leave the restaurant here. So sometimes this card to me will mean an extreme, an overabundance, too much of something good. Yeah, but not always. Sometimes it does. There's light and shadow with every card. I say that literally every reading now. I still get comments that say, oh, I wouldn't have read the 10 of Cups that way. Well, there's a traditional way of looking at a card, and I think that's why a lot of people read the reversals, because then it's easy to kind of see, okay, it doesn't mean that. It means kind of, it means the shadow aspect of it. But I think that we can use the relationship between cards, right? The elements, the positioning, to determine whether or not a card is going to be, let's say, positive or negative, right? But I think it's a blending of light and shadow all the time. So it just depends on how we approach that energy. And right now I feel like You're really approaching the water with a lot of water. These two cards next to each other really vibe, right? Water next to water, there's nothing wrong with that. They like each other, right? Cut from the same cloth, these two. But we have some air and some fire, a little air up here. We have earth. But see, there's a lot of water in these cards generally. There's water of fire, water of earth, water of water, leading to a lot of water. Is that too much? Maybe. Maybe. So there is kind of a decision or a crossroads in front of us. Okay. And I think primarily what is going on here is you're trying to feel the way forward, right? You're trying to feel like almost closing your eyes and seeing which direction you feel the most like magnetized toward, right? Which path kind of feels like it's drawing you in a little bit more. Yeah. It could have something to do with a business decision or a business move or something to do with finances or something to do with the mechanical world, right? The physical, material world. It could be like literally a direction that you're choosing to go. Maybe a particular person, maybe a particular company, job, career, area of study, right? Maybe literally where to go on vacation or where to move to. Something in the physical world that, you want, am I going to be happier over here? Or am I going to be happier over here? And it's not that we're trying to reason it out. There's not a lot of air here. There's just enough air to say, well, obviously I need to keep it in my mind to figure it out, but you're trying to kind of quiet the mind down. We're not trying to really think about it. We're trying to feel it. So we've got the Queen of Cups here. And I kind of feel like one path might be on the surface, right? Queen of Cups here. On the surface, seems perfect, right? Seems glittery, shiny, maybe the water smooth like glass, right? And it's reflecting the light back at you, right? What if you think of a clear lake or a smooth lake, and you kind of think that might be the place to go, right? But I think that situation is kind of just showing you what you want to see. It's a lot of glitter, it's a lot of shine, a lot of reflection, right? What you want to be in there is what it's showing you, not what is actually there. But then I think there's another path, and this is the path that leads to the Ten of Cups. And that's the path that goes deeper. And it may be such that the water seems choppy, but it's kind of deceptive. It's choppy because there's a lot of fish underneath, I don't know why we're falling into a fishing analogy, but the smooth lake might not be the one you want to go to. It may look like it would bring the most abundance, the most happiness, but it's kind of deceptive, right? So what I'm feeling here is that there is one that looks better, but isn't. And there's one that doesn't look so good, but that's where the real satisfaction will come. Okay? And this is an important issue for you. I think it's kind of, it has something to do with your physical life, your physical future. See, we see Earth here, even the Hermit card, that's some Earth energy. So it's something involving either where to move or a company or a position that you're being offered or a university that you're trying to pick or some kind of a location or a venue for something. Because there is physical movement here. And that's indicated by the Prince of Discs, because as soon as you make this decision, which again, we're trying to make it intuitively rather than rationally, because rationally speaking, yeah, the lake with the smooth, calm waters, that is logically where you'd probably want to go, right? But we're trying to do it intuitively. We're trying to see what is it really going to be like, right? Just because it looks better doesn't mean it is, But once you commit to one or the other path, locations, whatever it is, then you have to start the actual work of moving yourself there. Maybe moving your furniture into it, or bringing your personal items to work and doing all the HR paperwork or whatever the kind of whatever the legwork is there. So with this one, it is the work that is going to come after you make this commitment. Okay, so it's something that is committing. It's I don't know, like a lease or something. You know what I mean? It's something that you're going to see through, and it's something that is related to your physical growth, your well-being, your abundance. So it could be a career thing. It could be literally where you're moving your home, like where you're going to live. Now, in the back here with the Queen of Wands, this is water and fire. This, I think, was, or still is, the origin of this choice. Why do we have to choose? Well, I think there was something that didn't quite, it's not that it went wrong at the last place, but something that really, I think, rubbed you the wrong way. Something that you experienced that went against your core values or your core beliefs, that kind of went against your perception, your understanding, your ideal about the world, right? It could be involving the people there, or the ethics of the place, or just the location, the environment, the neighborhood. Something you didn't like, and you've had enough, right? So we have this fiery exterior where I think one day you just said, that's it, I'm leaving, right? And now we've started this process of finding a couple of options. I think we've narrowed it down to a couple of good prospects, good candidates. But you're not making this decision lightly, right? There's no other fire energy here. It's something that you're taking your time to figure out. That's why we have Queen of Wands, we have Queen of Cups, we've got Queen of Discs down here, right? You're taking your time. You want to make sure that you do things properly, that when you pick your new location or you make this decision, you'll have no regrets, right? And the Queen of Pentacles is perfect for that, because this is someone who is not in a rush, right? Seated, sitting down, relaxed, taking their time to do this right. And you're looking at the past, and you're not forgetting, right? You're remembering everything that happened that led you to this moment. You're trying to distill all of that experience into wisdom, into understanding. Because what we want to do is take all of that experience, right? This last place that you were at that became more than you could tolerate, right? We're trying to take all of that and we're going to project it onto the future and learn from those mistakes. Take that wisdom and say, okay, I know it's that saying that if you don't learn about the past or if you don't learn about history, you're doomed to repeat it. This is kind of the same thing. You want to make sure that you don't repeat the same patterns again, right? And that's kind of what we've got here with the Two of Pentacles. I know this card's about change, but it's about the cycles of change. It's about we're going from one thing to the other and we keep kind of going back and forth. So with the Queen of Pentacles here, we're really trying to get out of that cycle, get out of that pattern, and make sure that this choice is the right one, and it's going to last, because it's going to be a lot of hard work, right? You make the decision to move your business, move your family, move yourself, switch schools, switch jobs, whatever we're talking about. And there's a lot of work that goes into that, right? I mean, physically, there's just a lot to do. So you're trying to make sure that it's the right decision. And this is very wise, right? Because it's really meant to lead to an increase not only of physical abundance and well-being and safety, security, and stability, like the Four of Pentacles that we see at the end. I mean, this is what we're after ultimately. But secretly, what we want is just to be happy, right? It's just to feel like we are comfortable, just to feel like we don't have to fight with anybody, just to feel like we don't have to be at odds with ourselves versus the environment versus other people. And, we want to just, dang it, we want to feel good. We want to enjoy what we're doing. We want to enjoy the world, I want to be at this new job and enjoy it, enjoy the people. I enjoy what I'm doing. Yeah, there's going to be struggles and disagreements and frustrations, of course. But fundamentally, you're going to be happy, right? Or if you're going to a new apartment, a new house, a new neighborhood, if you're moving to a new state, a new country, if you're switching jobs, if you're switching whatever it is, I don't know. The point is that you want to be fundamentally happy and satisfied there. And I think where you are or where you were was not satisfying in this way, right? This is satisfaction in every area of your life. It is a uniformity between what you're doing, what you're feeling, who you're feeling it with, and the deeper ideals. Right, the spiritual goals of this place. It feels like there's a resonance on a higher level, right? The spiritual level. And so it really feels like there's a magnetism between you. And that's what you're trying to feel. Which direction has that kind of magnetism, right? Where you just almost feel like you can be a drop re-entering the ocean, right? A drop of water and just becoming one with that environment, where it's, there's a lot of harmony there. Right? So I think you're going to be really happy. I think that is the goal of all of this, is to feel like you're in the best possible place that you can be. Right? Move to the path of the serpent. We've got this hanged man. Okay? Now, the hanged man is a couple of things. One, it's kind of this tendency that you might have, and I think that's what we're overcoming. I think that's why we're here right now today, because we have a little bit of fire here. A little bit of fire. So I'm kind of thankful that whatever this last straw was, we should be thankful that it happened. Because otherwise, I think you were just kind of quietly suffering. I think you weren't happy, but there was no spark. There was no motivation to change it. Now there is. Now we're working on it. Now we're doing it. But otherwise, I think we were just kind of resigning ourselves that this is the best that it's going to be. Not anymore. Now we're turning this up this way. This surrendering now is a victory. Right? Now the hanged man is also saying that there's a difference of perspective. So this is pure water energy, and this shows a figure that's kind of diving into the waters. Right? It's a baptism. It's a cleansing. But it's also an immersing yourself in the unconscious, in the intuition, in the spiritual world. Right? Not the rational world. Not the world of the air, of the swords, of the reasoning, of the pros and cons. Well, logically, I should go that way. We're not doing that. This is a 2. This is peace. This is saying rest your head. Right? Calm your mind. We're all about the water energy here today, okay? And that's the queen, and that's all these queens. Queens of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. And then, of course, we have the pure water here. So this is what we're immersing ourselves in. And it's an intuitive feeling function. It's not a rational, logical, making the decision based on that, although we do need that, right? I think we do need to kind of feel what we're magnetized toward. But then also use a little bit of this air energy to just kind of confirm, just to say, yes, I concur, let's move forward, right? We don't want to be completely devoid of that. So we have a little bit of air energy, a little bit. But this is it's a 2. It's very simple air energy. It's just kind of a, do you concur? I just need to get a yes from you, and then we're gonna move. So I think it's just like checking in with our intellect, with our rational mind, to say, yeah, let's do it. But it's all based on this water energy. It's all based on this feeling, kind of being guided by something else, right? By that magnetism. Now, the environment card is the Two of Pentacles. This is a reminder that there will always be light and shadow, that there will always be an alternation between good and evil, light and dark, right? Yin and yang, between pleasure and pain, joy and sorrow, right? There's always going to be frustrations, and life goes back and forth. There's always going to be that fluctuation. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles is hopefully reminding you that it's not a utopia that we're going toward. It's not a pure happiness, paradise. There's going to be frustration, challenges. There are going to be obstacles to overcome. But it's like what we said a moment ago about the fundamental happiness and satisfaction of being where you are. To where these challenges and this fluctuation that we see with the two is, it's kind of like the Two of Pentacles and the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's that figure that's kind of juggling the two pentacles, right? And it's just kind of a dance. It's just, it's part of the fun, even. Because fundamentally, you could imagine yourself in no better place than where you're going to be. Right? And if you have that foundation, that bedrock, then all the challenges that come your way, you're going to be able to handle them effortlessly. Right? Like a juggler. I'm thinking of The Office, where Will Ferrell is doing his juggling routine with no balls. Right? I don't know. So there is a big change, though, right? Two of Pentacles talks about a kind of a night and day change in your life, and I think it's not even just a night and day change as far as where you were and where you will be, but really a profound change in your perception, a profound change in your demeanor, even. Right? I'm feeling that you're going to be very happy, despite all of the oncoming challenges, which there will be many, of course. But you're just going to be fundamentally happier, right? And that, to me, that's a really good change. We have more earth energy here with the Hermit card. Now, the Hermit, it's in the position of what we don't want. And I think that in this case, what we're talking about is we don't want isolation from our environment, because the Hermit is one that maybe withdraws from society, that gets away from the situation, that just kind of shrouds themselves, isolates, sequesters themselves. And, maybe this is where you're at right now. Maybe you've already left that other situation, and right now you're just kind of hermit mode, figuring out your next move. But we don't want to stay hermit mode, right? We want to get back into the swing of things. We want to find where we're going. This is a temporary retirement, temporary hermitage. Yeah. But the next card kind of continues on with that, because it's the Four of Pentacles. This is what we're after too, where we want safety, security, stability. We want to feel comfortable. We want to feel at home where we're going to be, right? But the Four of Pentacles is reminding us that there is a lot more at stake than just like financial stability, material world stability, more than just the earth energy, right? See, we have a lot of earth cards here. Earth card, earth card, earth card, earth card, earth card. So it's very easy to say, yeah, we just need to pick the place that's going to kind of give us the best office, pay us the most, have the best benefits, the best view from the window or whatever. But I think these cards are all reminding us, even this card. See, this card's about the water. These cards are, they're also kind of built on this water. That yes, you can have the material pleasures and success and all this abundance that you want if you want. You want to live in a certain kind of neighborhood, you want to be by the water, or you want to have a certain kind of job, these kind of creature comforts, right? We can have those. But those are all based on something more fundamental, right? Because it's based on all this water. It has to have that spiritual connection. You have to feel like you're living your purpose, right? That you are fulfilled in more ways than just the creature comfort ways. That you resonate with the people. You resonate with the ethics of the environment, of the company, of the bosses, or whatever, the mission statement of the firm. It's more than just the physical stuff. So the Four of Pentacles is at the end is what we want, but it's also the warning. It's not all we want. And let's not let this hermit get too isolated even here. Because we're trying to get out of hermit mode, right? But if we get into a situation where it's only satisfying on this physical level, we're going to isolate ourselves in that. This is kind of like you love your office, so you just stay in your office all day. You don't interact with other people. You're not part of the team. You're not part of the community. So you're still isolated. So in a lot of ways, we're not any better off than we were, right? So this is kind of a caution here at the end that you're going to be very happy here, but we have to make sure that what we are being drawn to, what we are being magnetized toward, is not just the physical kind of creature comforts of the place. Those are important. I don't want to de-emphasize those, but I want to re-emphasize the deeper connections, the sense of community, the spiritual connection, your intuitive draw to this place, and things that resonate on a deeper level. All right? Let's check the mystery card. I think you are going to be very, very happy. And I think that you're going to make the right decision here. And let's see what we've got for the mystery card. If you want to play along, put your prediction in the comments section, and we'll see what this is. What am I predicting here? I'm going to predict, I want another 10 of Cups, honestly. I want to have the confirmation that, this is where we feel magnetized toward. This is what we feel is the right move. I want this to confirm and say, yeah, that's the right move. That we can trust our intuition, that we can trust our feelings and this kind of magnetism, this draw, this pull that we feel to one particular place, that it's right. So I want to see 10 of Cups. Well, it's not the 10, but it's the 9. And to me, the 9 is all about movement. So really, this is even better than a 10 of Cups. Even when I'm wrong, I'm still right. Because this is the card that confirms, yes, move toward that 10 of Cups. Well, it's a 9. It's an odd number. It indicates movement. It's a function, right? The 10 is the goal. The 9 is us moving to it. So I think we're getting the confirmation that says, yes, move toward that 10 of Cups. Move in the direction that you feel the most kind of deeply drawn toward, magnetized toward. Because that's the right move. That's the right place. That's the right decision. Yeah, this is the confirmation. We're going to do an extended reading. Click on the link in the corner there if you would like to join me for that extended reading. That'll give you access to every extended reading, not just for Scorpio, but for every sign. You can cross-watch. You can check your other placements. New readings for Scorpio every Wednesday and Sunday. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.